And welcome back, YouTube. We're going to pick up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire at the top of round 52. So we know from territory loss that there's a guy right here. What that guy is planning on doing, I don't know. Do I want to go into that swamp? The answer is probably no. But it is a place I will need to go eventually, so we're going into the swamp. Pushing north, so if we can sort of clear the guys on the east here and sort of start pushing west, we should have guys to clear them out.
Copy that.
Again, focus on design, not discovery. You can see our private economy here has decided it wants to expand to the next oil well, so we're overflowing with oil. Only we had more metal. More metal, please. No diplomat yet. Anything as far as the zones? I'm pretty sure we're done with the commercial projects. Yeah. We haven't saved enough for Grand Convention. So we just need to save more political power. More metal, more political power. We need to replenish any troops? Nope. So that makes this turn easy. We just roll the turn. Turn 52 done, going into turn 53. I think from an eco-discovery standpoint, we're still waiting for water soil recombination to show up, be discovered, at which point we should be able to swap back over to focusing on researching in eco. Here comes the non-aligned. Are they attacking? They are attacking. We're holding reasonably well. And another bunch of arachnids have gone up to hive level, so there's now 2 hives out there. And our private assets have reached the level where our demand has been met. Those are the RPGs, that's good to see. You know who probably deserves a Medal of Merit? You. Governor.
Affirmative.
Here, we're putting a medal on your chest. Is it well deserved? That's up to you to think. Let's pick up the fighter Enviro suit, because we need that to discover the next armor tech. Just slowly pushing the line, seeing where we can circle them. Looks like if things keep going our way, we will build and circle them effectively on next turn. We'll squish them down to 1 tile. So the question is that local wildlife or is that rifle militia? Because the rifle militia are fairly easy for us to deal with. They're just 32-58 guys on the soft. Which, okay, our guys aren't the best, right? We've got the old guys are 34-68s, which are about equivalent. These guys are about 50%, or about like 25% better than that. On the other hand, the wildlife come in much larger numbers and are about as good as their infantry before adding in things like Corroder and Entangler that don't necessarily work super well for us. Also Acrobat. Bonus combat in forests. Where is it right now? A forest. Yeah, that's probably where we're not having the best of days against these guys. And then we successfully dealt with one of the herbivore packs down here. Were basically armored walkers. And they were in swarms, so there was large quantities of them. We've gotten past those guys, but that's one of the reasons our expansion has been slow, to say the least. How is the scrap going? Still got 5k scrap there, and that was the smallest of the 3 piles, right? Yeah. City is looking fine, population is growing. Free folk is in decline, so it won't be long until we run out of free folk, unless we conquer some more. Which apparently we just did, so that's good to see. I think I checked the strat cards, and if there's any I want to play. Oh, private investment. Definitely play the private investment.
Aye, aye, sir.
For this tab, we're looking probably more political power, because it's the Grand Convention here that we'd want to play. And or waiting for a Shadow Diplomat to do more minor diplomacy as well. Could probably think about expanding the roads, because I think we've got enough industry stockpiled right now to build the industry when we're ready for it. We're mainly waiting for the iron, or we're waiting for the metal to build it. Because 150 metal is a lot of metal when you have an income of like 100. Not 150, 1,500. 15 turns, not turn and a half. I'm doing my math right. Okay, we hold. We get hit pretty hard there, but we hold otherwise. So we killed 800 infantry. And we have repel engines, so we're starting to get up close to potentially having some planes. Okay, so if we have guys to attack, let's attack the bottom of the pocket here. That guy's a squishy guy. Whereas the guy up north is a little bit less squishy. Omnivore Rhino. Land dwelling large herbivore. 4-meter tall herbivore. Resembles a squid analog. Its chemistry is water carbon based and it's oxygen breathing. Chameleon, so that's how it's been hiding. Cunning and territorial. Okay, so these guys aren't that scary, they're just a lot of them. Well, we're a lot of them. Oh, and there's another pile of them. There's the raptors here. Land-dwelling large herbivore, this time 6 meters tall. It resembles a squid analog. Its chemistry is also water carbon based. Has Entangler, Trampler, and Corroder. Okay, so our tanks aren't gonna like these guys. Oh, and extra damage versus infantry. Extra damage against everyone, yeah. So this is 60% more damage against infantry, 100% more damage against tanks, but do half damage. Well, half kills. They still do normal. They're basically doing double. Well, okay, so basically we're taking the standard normal losses, but we take quadruple readiness. So yeah, that's why our guys haven't had the best of days. They also have one of the worst of days, but those don't always go hand in hand. Okay, we're looking for more strategic stuff there. And yeah, we can build a road. We have the construction power to go across this river. Along the river basin here. Into the swamp is probably a bad idea. Yeah, into the marsh is probably a bad idea. So we'll run up here to a little bit of savanna right before we get to the marsh. So here forward we have to go through marsh, or I gotta come up from the south. And up from the south probably makes the most sense. If we've got forces to do that move. And we don't need to replace any guys, because all the guys that we lost the last turn must have been militia. Okay. And logistics is not propagating well up into this tile. But I think that'll be fine.
Negative to breach.
Okay, now that we know that they're there, we can attack them, but I was going to take the tile because there wasn't people there, and if there's people there, that's not as free as I want it to be. What asset's getting built here? Farm. Civilian sector decided to do weird things with my road network and build a farm there. Because they're the civilian sector and they do stuff like that. And we'll cycle a turn. Based on saving up the 1,500 metal, I think we've got about 5 more turns before we're there. Technically, I suppose if I'm 2 turns out, I can start building the industry, and the metal will arrive. Metal will be ready for the 3rd turn. No losses, 3 decisions. And we go with the padded envirosuit and another shadow diplomat. Okay, I'm gonna make the encirclement a little bit bad for the moment because we're gonna try to clear these guys, which probably isn't gonna happen. Oh, I may have spoken too soon. It is happening because I don't have good readiness. Okay. We did take some losses there, but losses are to be expected when fighting is heavy. Policy speech. Private assets at 25. Texas recon goes, or industry. We have 1 industry asset. I'd like another one. Though I don't want enforcement. I would like commerce. So we'll actually just do the private one. Because it will probably just happen without us doing anything. Propeller engine here is going to be required for me to get planes and helicopters. On the other hand, I probably want those high-speed machine guns sooner rather than later.
Copy that.
We'll give you your donation. And we're short on political power, so... Well, we're short on political power, but we're not that short. So let's do Shadow Diplomat on the Foreign Affairs Advisor.
Affirmative.
Then we can send off offer of client state to the guy who would be most likely to accept it. We can see both the difficulty starting to go down because we're proving the likely how much they like us, and our guy is getting better at it. So this is actually only 51% chance of failure.
Affirmative.
And we fail. but that was a failure where we didn't cause any opinion loss. So it was only like a 51% chance of failure, but it was only like a 1% chance of critical failure. So that was a gamble worth taking. I feel like there's someone over here. To protect the civilian asset, we're going to move the picket a bit farther to the east. Usually it's not a good idea to include the command assets in the picket, but we'll move the command asset up to serve as part of the picket. We are probably going to want a road to that ruin at some point, so let's build the road now. And we probably... I can do it from here. Oh, it's gonna go that way anyway, so might as well go that way. Put the road there. So northward we should start having the roads where we want them to go. Looks like not next turn, but the turn after next, we will be in a position to start the industry expansion. To be fair, once I've got the industry going, and start to sort out the metal source, it'll probably be worth expanding the bureaucracy so I have the political power to start doing diplomacy with the local sapient aliens so that we can get some mercs. Mercs would be good for bolstering our expansion forces. Because I think the local aliens think they can live off the land. They don't need you to supply them from the HQ. Killed 200 infantry, took no losses. We are on round 56. And I crushed the pocket. Awesomely. They attacked us and didn't actually kill any of our guys, so we're maybe in a position to get rid of them. Yes, they panicked and surrendered.
Negative breach.
Incident with boldness. This is the secretary. Sorry, secretary. You can kind of get bent.
Roger that.
At some point, I might have to figure out how to get rid of my secretary because the secretary is going to probably rebel. You want us to raise meritocracy? I want to raise meritocracy. It maybe hasn't been going super well because democracy is higher than it right now, but yeah, we'll try to raise meritocracy. I can down prioritize taxation here. Do like 10% on taxation.
Affirmative.
They're offering technology. Based on what I know what the price of metal is, if I was willing to sell metal, we'd be able to buy it from him. Not willing to sell metal though, that's a different problem. Also, apparently the merchants are broke. Reasonably broke. So we can get maybe 1,000, and you want more than 1,000, so we have to say no. Sorry, Mountain Keep, we want to make you happy, but your request for money is too great for our tiny coffers. Faction, no, it's personnel. Secretary. You are corrupt secretary. with a seniority ranking of 69. Oh, I have to get you fired before I can... I have to fire you before I can hire... to get you to retire. Then try offering a retirement if I get him replaced. Okay. Which I probably do want to do. So let's go ahead and recruit a junior. And he already hates me, so... we're going to call you up. I'm going to request you... Oh no, I don't discuss my own resignation. I'm discussing your resignation. Oof, this costs loss of glory. Yeah, but no, you're getting no job. You're being fired. And hopefully on the next turn we'll get a better replacement for you in your seat. Never seeing if the aliens do anything. Oh, which right now... Well, I'm tempted to say nothing's going on, but I gotta remember, the guys that actually cause us problems are at the end of the turn order, so... Nothing happens until the turn rollover is about to end anyway. Here's the line starting up. So we're seeing some guys on the picket on the south. But otherwise, all is quiet. 3 decisions, and we know what one of those 3 decisions is. New org. No thank you. Don't have the political power for that right now. I thought I relieved someone from being my secretary. Shouldn't I have a request to fill the spot? Or does the secretary autofill? Secretary might autofill. Secretary autofilled. Okay. That's fine. I think the guy replacing the secretary is better anyway.
Order acknowledged.
Bell engine here. And then we want to select the reserve pool member that utterly hates us. I think this is a D100 versus difficulty 71. And we're going to spend most of the treasure trying to get rid of it. Oh, 5D20... Difficulty was 51, so we failed, effect was halved, so he lost 192 points of seniority. Could try again. That's more likely to succeed on the second time. Oh, failed again as well. Yarflow's decline did say he would like to leave the reserve pool and get assigned to a fitting job. No, you have an opinion of 8. Granted, the seniority is coming down a lot because of the attempts here. So now he's down to seniority 36. So I think for the guys that want to circle next, need to run the vehicles around the bottom because vehicles for whatever reason don't really like going through swamps. don't blame them, but at the same time, the direction in front of me right now is a swamp. Because I want to circle the guys down here. That gets fixed a little bit if you have roads. But obviously, for the moment, I don't have roads in the hexes I want the vehicles to move through, so... Vehicles take the long way around. It'll be faster going the long way around. In 2 turns, we'll have the... Well, in 3 turns, we'll have the... 2 turns, we'll have it to ship on the 3rd turn, so we can start building the industry now.
Copy that.
See if I can put my words into thoughts. I think right now the picket should be able to stall this guy, and we'll go ahead and move these guys up to see if we can figure out what this is. Because the sooner we figure out what it is, the sooner we can figure out if it's actually dangerous. It looks like we're going to be waiting for more political power. So we did, I suppose, try to burn all the political power trying to get rid of that guy. Sadly, we failed, but see if that failure continues on the future turns. Cycling the turn. Again, much like other turn cycles, the only thing we're really waiting for to see is the non-line to happen. Which did just happen, so that is Rifle Militia to ourselves, so that's not super worrisome. There's water soil recomposition, so we've discovered it, so now we're at the point where we probably want to tell the Research Council, Eco Research Council, to research rather than discover. Orgs, Eco, Coal. Alrighties. I'm actually going to go even a little bit farther. And I think for the moment prospecting isn't super important, so we'll turn prospecting down a bit. And we'll do something like that. Again, you get the research going real quick.
All clear, sir.
Okay, let's clear that little bit of free folk marauders out.
All clear, sir.
And obviously not going to have the HQ section do an attack. As tempting as it may be, sometimes. Okay, so these should be Rifle Militia. But I'm not going to attack them because we've got an unknown here next to them. This unit will probably act a little bit unpredictably, because I know the locals, a lot of the locals have cunning, so there's a decent possibility it'll decide, due to its cunning, that it's encircled and it should do something panicky. To take some foot infantry loss, so we can replace those. And strike cards again. We're waiting for more retirements to pop up, but we're also waiting for political power. Only thing that still trumps is keep plowing the private investment into the zone to keep it nice and wealthy. If we start spreading out the army across a couple zones, we'll probably start trying to give money to the militia to get the militia to respawn. That's cool power I'm not going to spend right now. War Games is like Grand Convention, but it's for just the generals. As a side effect, it's a little bit easier to pull off, but obviously it's a little bit less effective because it's only affecting your generals and not all of upper management. Waiting for that turn to roll over. We get attacked by the rifle militia, which fails again. That's good to see. Advancing troops, hidden treasure near St. Mard. So a bunch of credits have been recovered. As well as more private investment has been invented.
Move it now! All clear, sir.
There we go. So that opens up the way for our roads to be radically expanded. Acquire those ruins. It's nice to see. And with that, I think we should be in position to finally clear the north. Yeah, research focus here, sounds good. It looks like you're on to Goss Small Arms. We're kind of waiting for you to discover guided RPGs. But that's just a discovery, so worst case scenario, you can replace the discovery with rocketry to quickly get into metal soil filtration. Looks like we're about to finish hydroponics. We'll do water solar recombination right after that. And then we'll just be waiting for the third one in, or the fourth one in here to do search for stuff in advanced chemistry. Yeah, so it'll be hydroponics, water soil recombination, heavy industry, and if we haven't discovered stuff down here, I'll probably turn the discovery up. The roads have been built. We should just about have enough iron in the storage by the looks of it to finish Industry 1. At which point I think I will start to invest in expanding our scrap processing to get more metal. Roll the turnover. And at this point, I'm pretty much expecting there nothing to be really spoopy over the end turn, just because We got the one rifle militia in the south that's kind of been poking us, but other than that, I think we're starting to deplete the local fauna in the north. And once that's gone, we should be in a good position to actually form more than just a picket in the south and start pushing southward. That comboed with the industry coming online will give us another 50 industry to play around with every turn. Defenders attack, but the local wall attacks, but our defenders hold firm. 2 decisions. And there's our hydroponics being developed. The model designer has found ultralight aircraft, so we'll probably have to develop some ultralight aircraft. For the reason of, I come to models, or not models, type. Oh, I need to develop a helicopter engine for helicopters. We'll probably want helicopter engines for, well, we'll probably want helicopters more than light planes right now, but we will want to develop some light planes. But the helicopter engine required propeller engines, so we needed the propellers anyway. We needed to research the military tech that we did. Heavy industry, no water solar combination here. Heavy industry's next.
Aye, aye, sir.
You know, I might, instead of having the model designer do more discovery, let's actually have you develop our first plane. This will be a recon plane. Let's assume we're going to need a light propellant instead of a ultralight. Some tiny wings, and like a 800-liter fuel tank. What's our range looking like? That's a viable aircraft with 7 hexes of range. So let's say negative that. Kind of make that work with the ultralight aircraft then. Engine. Yes, and that has extended the range to 8 hexes. That's about what we're going to be able to do. So let's run with that. 8 range aircraft in. If we build an airfield, we'd be able to fly that for 8 hexes around our base, where we put it there, or wherever we end up putting that aircraft hangar. Acquired the old transport ship, probably acquire the old archive on the next turn. I'll have to clear out these 2 pockets on the turn, next turn as well. And I think the industry finished? Yes. So that will start providing us industrial capacity next turn. We did go ahead and acquire the last ruin up here. That's this tile here. So we will go ahead and roll the archaeology.
Aye, aye, sir.
And we did find some special archaeology. But that wasn't it. Where was it? Where did it end up being? No, 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 no. No. That's not it, that's not it. Found it somewhere. In Ergstone. I may even turn the units off so we can see. Or maybe it won't render on the map until next turn. We'll check, well, that'll be the beginning of next video, we'll check, if I remember. Should also show up in the archaeology overview. Yeah, so it's this one. Okay, so yeah, the name, the Romano ruin name is hiding it. Okay. I also didn't see that was a ruin there, so we do have some uncommon artifacts there. That doesn't rule out them being here, so we'll have to roll archaeology again to make sure we don't have any.
Aye, aye, sir.
With the fact that we know that there is an arcology there, let's go ahead and build a road to get there. And artisanally make these. Workshop, give me 2
Roger that.
machines. And go ahead and queue up recycling
Copy
vessel over
that.
there. So we can start get our roughly 8 cards that we'll get from it. 8 uncommon cards. I think that is the turn. We could do sort of a reckless attack with infantry here. But I don't think we have enough recon, realistically, to know how great of an idea that would be. Yeah, they've got like 90 readiness. So I think that's going to be a bad idea. Granted, the bird beaks here are not the best for dealing with their infantry, so this might be something we might be able to shoot up with just infantry. And we got territorial treader up here. These guys are classified as hard targets, so we might have a little bit of trouble getting rid of those guys. Though our RPG guys are the ones who've arrived, so they'll probably have less of a problem. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and put the end of this part and the end of the stream. This will be the stream save number 2. I hope you've been enjoying this. If you have, feel free to check into the next part where we'll figure out how well those fights going. Because after we cycle the turn, I think that'll probably be the first thing we do after cycle the turn, is try to clear out those 2 pockets. So until next time, I hope you have a good time. Catch you in the next part.